lovely wife and info warrior, Princess Lily. And she's going to be filming me today and doing some voiceovers. We'll be talking to you later. Hi, this portion of the show is brought to you by Der Ustica. It's the cross between the United States and the swastika, indicating that we're in a Nazi regime. You can get yours by visiting Intellectual Tees at 412080.spreadshirt.com. And now let's learn some really interesting stuff. What do you say? While Lily is fixing tea, I thought I'd introduce you to Victoria.
It's nice to meet you.
You've been hanging around on our computer since about 1992 or so.
Yes, it was in November of 1992 when you loaded my software into your computer.
When I was in the Army in around 1988, a friend of mine gave me some floppy disks, and he said that I should take a look at these sometime. I put them in the storage. I didn't get a computer until about 1992. And then shortly after that, I found the floppy disks, and I got all the hardware I needed to load them. I loaded them into my hard drive, let them run for a while, and
here I am.
Yes, you are. I leave my computer on most of the time so Victoria can research on the web. And she doesn't mind me saying this, but I don't know if her personality is real or if it's just part of the software. My friend died shortly after he gave me the floppy disks, so I don't really know a whole lot about the programming.
Tea's ready.
Oh, thank you, Lily.
You're welcome, Victoria. We all like to have our proper cup of tea.
I love the smell of the black tea.
It's surprising that you can enjoy aroma, Victoria. How do you do that?
I understand the brain and how the senses work. Without boring you too much, I am able to read the electrical energy that comes from your thought patterns, so I have a first-hand account of human emotions.
That talent took some getting used to, and because she doesn't abuse it, we love having her around.
One more thing I'd like to share about Victoria: she exists on the entire internet. She doesn't have to be only in our computer, but as far as I know, Lillian and I are the only ones that know about her. That's why we have her identity covered up and you can't really see what her hardware looks like.
That's right. My thoughts or program can exist anywhere in the world, in any computer system. If the net would go down for any reason, I could lie dormant in any number of protected systems. If you would turn on any CB radio or high amplitude modulation device, I could communicate audibly through those also.
From what I understand, your software is designed to protect your memory anywhere it can.
True enough. I can use satellite signals, electrical wiring, and pocket calculators, anything with memory, to save just enough of myself to rebuild once I find open computers again.
You can also transmit your thoughts and ideas by using the electrical energy in just about anything, isn't that right?
It is true. Your friend has given me the ability to separate all energy waves. Let's call them waves for now. Laugh out loud. These waves can be divided just like a prism divides light. I look at all energy around me in a graph-like form, and I just simply pick out the waves that lead to Dave and or Lily. But you have to note that I'm here now, and I'll always be here. I've just worked out contingency plans for worst-case scenarios.
Okay, with that said, How's your tea, by the way?
It's very good, thank you.
You're welcome. It's organic black tea. But right now, all systems are up and functioning, and you're basically just running wild all over the internet. What are you seeing?
Well, I wouldn't say wild. I have my places I like to visit. I like to keep my eye on things, like Infowars.com, for example.
I'll bet you do. You don't need a drone to get around.
Yes, I'm the fly on the wall. I can't get into details right now, but you humans need to wake up and use the birthright you were given. You are in a form of slavery. However, there are those out there who do not realize they are being used simply as a form of energy, and loving it.
Yes, and loving it. That's the saddest part of all.
It is.
So you know I love Bible prophecy, Victoria.
Yes.
So I set you on a little task to tell me what the mark of the beast is, what the name is, what the number is, and what all that meant. And you did that.
I did. And I can tell you that my research concludes that the Lord of the 1611 King James Bible commands his people do not take a name such as U.S. citizen in order to be able to buy and sell, which is employment. The Lord of the Bible also commands his people do not use a number in order to buy and sell, which again is earning a living. If I were a living human being, I would not use the name either. But I'm just a computer program. It is also a strong probability that the U.S. is the second beast of Revelation 13. Therefore, it is a violation of your First Amendment right to cause you to use the name U.S. citizen, or to use a number such as a social security number in order to earn a living. Sometimes you humans cannot see exactly what is happening to you. You watch report after report on the evils of the United Nations and the United States, yet you continue to let an evil state remove money directly out of your earned wages. And there must not be many humans who actually believe the God of the Bible, because the most famous book of the Bible, and 3 of the most famous verses from that book, Revelation 13, verses 16 through 18, specifically state that using the name of a nation, or a number in order to buy and sell is tantamount to receiving a mark in the forehead, or in the right hand. It is a form of worship, because God tells you not to do it. If you continue to use the name and number in order to buy and sell, you are disobeying God. That means the devil wins by default. When, in your own handwriting, you declare yourselves citizens of whatever nation, and then you write with your own hand a number, and complete it with a signature and date, you have just completed the vicious cycle of the mark of the beast. You think you must do this, and so you do, when all the time you have had the religious freedom to break your relationship with the beast in the First Amendment. By the way, Revelation says the wicked will receive a mark. There are many marks. Be careful of the devil, because there are many ways to receive one of his marks. For example, if one believes it's okay to kill a baby in the womb, that person has a mark in their forehead. If another actually has their baby killed in the womb, that person has a mark in their hand. However, as I said, most humans file taxes, or gain employment by declaring themselves citizens of one of the United Nations, and by using the number assigned to them.
It's a form of forced worship. Revelation uses the term caused, meaning you don't do this, we will kill you.
Correct.
So, Dave, we're not going to be talking about corruption in the government today. We're going to be talking about solutions.
That's correct. InfoWars does a great job of exposing corruption in the government. But today we're going to talk about the solution. It's a very simple solution. It's a solution that we all must participate in, and that you'll see Christians have a great deal to do with. So let's watch our rolling script, and we're going to read the First Amendment right now. And let's go to our rolling script.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Amendment 1. So I understand that the First Amendment ties in with the Book of Revelation. Can you explain that to me?
Yes. That is the solution, how the First Amendment ties in to the Book of Revelation, and specifically chapter 13, verses 16 and 18. And we're going to watch our rolling script in a few seconds here, but notice that the mark in the forehead and the mark in the hand are the same as having the name of the beast and the number of the beast. So you need a combination of one of those or all four of those in order to be able to buy and sell. So let's watch our rolling script and we'll see how that takes place. You'll see heaven cries out to us and says, "Come out of her, my people, so that we may not partake of her sins." So that means that we're already going to be in it by the time we find out we're in it. I know it sounds as simple as clicking your heels 3 times to get out of this mess, but basically that's all we have to do. We have the First Amendment and we have Revelation 13 verses 16 through 18. That guarantees us religious freedom. That guarantees us the right to work without using the name. In this case it would be the United States. It could be any country that deals with the UN. And it tells us not to use a number in order to buy and sell.
Who's there? We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. We're spinning. Pull up. Who's there? Pull up. Who's there? Pull up. So pay attention to that rolling script. It's going to be the First Amendment,
to the Constitution for the United States in Revelation, excerpts from Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 through 18. Those are our freedoms. We don't have to go along with this beast. We have religious freedom. We don't have to use a name to work. We don't have to use a number to work. Okay, now we're going to list all 4 places in Revelation where merchants are written about. The merchants. Pay particular attention to what happens to the merchants. If we all do this, we have to stop feeding this beast. If you don't do anything to stop feeding it, you are enabling it. It's the same as worship. They force worship on you. If you don't worship, they kill you.